how are you? So I'm super excited to be back with you guys. As you know, we are back every Wednesday at 8 a.m. Eastern time. You are going to get a new video. So like I was telling you guys before, if you don't know who I am, I'm Belize Spivey, known as STD Life Coach. I am the first African-American woman to be a STD Life Coach, created and everything else, but also be the first one to be on YouTube. So I am still honored that I started this, but I also am so honored so many other people are doing this as well. So today we're going to talk about, most importantly, I want y'all to do this before we get started. Okay, listen to me. What I'm about to talk about some stuff for the next couple of, in February, I want to talk about some things that nobody really talks about, but needs to be talked about, especially being in the herpes community. If you've seen the last video, then you know what I'm talking about, how to deal with that, which I want you to go back and watch, is herpes communities 101, because it's things that's happening in the community that's also hurting people. And I don't want people to get hurt in the community. I want you to know how to navigate through it and things like that, especially when you're new, how to navigate, because your emotions are really, really high. And things like that, and you're really trying to learn your diagnosis. But I also, if you see these things, which the chances are you will see these things, how to kind of navigate through them, brush them off, and move forward and get what you need to move forward so you can live your life, have your confidence, and get everything that you want, spite that you have herpes any darn way. Okay, so please like, please subscribe, please comment, because at the end of the day, I will talk back. So today we are going to be talking about, I don't like, well, it's kind of hard to say, but you know, you dislike a herpes activist. Okay. You dislike a herpes activist. Okay. I'm going to talk about this because I was like, what are we going to talk about? Like, I don't know what I want to talk about, but this one would not get off my brain, because I have had people, who are in the herpes community come to me and literally tell on other herpes activists to me, okay, and say she didn't do this, or that person didn't say this, or this person made me feel like this, or this person tried to charge me for this, and blah 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 blah, blah, okay. And my whole thing is, number one, I'm never gonna bash another herpes activist ever. You won't catch me bashing another one. What I will say is the fact that if you don't like somebody, then you address that person, okay? Telling somebody else ain't gonna get you nowhere, okay? Because what we not gonna do is go check them. Because at the end of the day, we don't know what the communication was. We don't know what y'all was talking about. We don't know the tone of the conversation. We don't know what happened for us to just be blindly going and try to defend you, in a sense. But I've had people say stuff to me. I don't have people screenshot stuff to me. I have been told on, okay? I don't have ladies in my group get an attitude with me because I didn't allow them to do certain things, which I consider was bullying and being nasty. And I told them I'm not going to allow it, put them out the group. And they told another herpes active on me, and she wanted to come check me, asking me what makes you a herpes activist? Baby, what's the same thing that makes you a herpes activist? The fact that you got herpes, that's the only thing that makes you an activist, okay? But anyway, I have had that happen to me, and I feel like it's, number one, as herpes activists, if you are one, want to be one, you're going to come across people saying, well, I talked to such and such, or I reached out to an activist and they tried to charge me for basic information. I'm going to say this to you. As an activist, we talk to so many people all the time. What do you expect? Our time is not free. I'm just going to be completely honest. If you go to a counselor, doctor, anywhere, you have to pay a copay. Now, thing is, many people are not charging anything at all. Now, if you come to me, you got a basic question, I don't have no problem answering, but if I feel like it's complicated and I feel like I need more information, I'm going to tell you to get on the phone with me. And on top of that, guys, I'm going to say this, you should want to support us, because we're doing what a lot of y'all will not do. Y'all will not stand in the forefront and fight, and half of you guys will not be where you are today without the support of many of us. So, and that is not in a cocky way, that is an honest way, because at the end of the day, I wouldn't be where I was if it wasn't other herpes activists and got me where I am today, and to a point where I even want to talk out, even the ones who are doing things, to supporting them and loving them and sharing their stuff and things like that, and even shipping people to them. I'm good for shipping people to other people who have a expertise more than me. But I want to say this because at the end of the day, you have the right to dislike whoever you want to dislike. You have the right to feel what you feel, but telling somebody ain't going to change nothing. The best thing you could do is find somebody else, okay? The best thing you can do is if you don't like the group, you don't like who's over the support group, leave the group. You do not have to stay, okay? You do not have to stay, because I have been in groups myself, especially when I first started doing this. I left a lot of groups because I did not like how it was being run. I didn't like the energy. I didn't feel like it really wasn't support in many aspects. And I was like, you know what, forget it. I will create what I really want to see for other people, because I know how it felt to really need some information, but everybody's doing everything but giving information or support. So I have left groups. I have not been a part of a lot of herpes groups in a long time. I'm not gonna lie, I have not been a part of groups in a long time, because I kind of created my own group and I kind of stay in my own lane. So my whole thing is, number one, when you first come out here, you're going to find a lot of herpes activists nowadays. Okay, number one, you're going to find a lot. Find the one that works with your personality. Find the one that you can connect with. Find the one that talks to your spirit, talk to your heart, got a vibe, something, okay? Because at the end of the day, remember, everybody is just not going to be your person. Just because they have herpes doesn't mean they're going to offer you the support that you're looking for, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever. So my whole thing, thank God, nowadays we got so many herpes activists, different colors, different races, different sexual preferences and things like that, that you can find somebody who literally align more with who you are as a person outside of herpes. So then when you reach out to them, you feel way more comfortable, because like, okay, you understand my sexual preference. I don't have people reach out to me and they are homosexuals or lesbians or things of that nature, and they were like, well, I feel, how do you feel about that? So I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, I'm here to support you, and that's not going to hold me back from talking to you, which have allowed people to come talk to me because they thought I was going to be judgy, but I wasn't. I was like, no, not at all. I'm here to support you. But at the end of the day, if you got some people who are more open and you feel more comfortable, then go to them. So my whole thing of talking about this is that you're not going to like every herpes activist, because my Lord, I have not either. Okay. Some people like, woo, girl, if I see you in the streets, I'll bust you in your face type thing, because I feel like some of the stuff they did and said was very, very nasty, rude, and disrespectful, and wasn't necessary. And I'm like, girl, you don't know me outside. I just want you guys to understand that you have the right, but you have the right to walk away from situations, address how you feel about situations, privately with individuals. I'm a strong believer in, you ain't got to do everything publicly. If somebody want to go crazy, especially if it's a herpes activist, you can always DM and say, hey, this time how that made me feel, blah, blah, blah. Because I'm quick in my group. If you are in my support group, my women's support group, that if things go down or I feel like you felt some type of way, then I'll DM me and say, hey, are you okay? Did I offend you? Things like that. Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. Number one, I know everybody's in a different space in their journey. And at that, you don't know me, I don't know you. I talk different from you. You talk different from me. And people are easily triggered with different situations. So my whole thing is, I'm easily able to take the accountability and say, hey, if I did you something or said something to you to make you offended or you didn't understand, that I'm willing to clear it up. But just remember, everybody is not me. Everybody's not going to do what I do. But my whole thing is, you have the right to be upset with a herpes activist. You can walk away, find another. It is plenty of us out here these days who are helping, loving, supporting, doing what we need to get you through your diagnosis. So I want to talk about this. I hope it helps you guys, because at the end of the day, I just want you to know this is something that I'm sure many people have dealt with, especially if you've been in the community for a long time, that you noticed or you didn't like. And it's okay. It's okay not to like people. It's okay to leave their groups. It's okay to tell them, I don't like how you did this, or you made me feel blah, blah, blah. You have the right to do all of that stuff, but most importantly, move on. If you're not feeling it, if you don't see any change of behavior or tone or anything like that, move on. I had to learn that myself. Move freaking on. Okay, guys? So if I'm your person, you know what to do. All the information is below. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, and book a session. Remember, we have webinars this month, February 7th. February 14th. 12th. February 12th, we are having first webinar of the year, which is Say It Out Loud. So you get into a place where you're comfortable with saying herpes. Because number one, how you ever going to get to a place where if you can't say it, that means you feel some type of way about it. And one day when you do disclose, you're going to have to say it. So I want you to get to a point that the first time you're not saying it is just to disclose, okay? So we're going to work through that. And then February 27th, then we're going to talk about My Confidence is My Problem. So if confidence is your issue and you want to get to a place where you build your confidence and herpes is not getting in the way of that, then you can book for that one, and that information be below as well. If you need any herpes products, y'all know I have products, y'all, and they are the mother freaking bomb. At the end of this, I'm going to stick out some reviews that I have of my products. So there you go. Check out those. Order your products, guys. Shipping is pretty fast, so make sure when you order, it's coming to you pretty quickly. Thank you, Jesus. But that is that, and I appreciate you. I love you guys. Follow me on Instagram at Coach Belize, and I'll see y'all next week. Deuces.